Hey, just the first time ever doing something like this, so I'm kind of new to everything. So I went, picked up my kids from school. Me and my ex has been split for a year and a bit now. I took my kids down to the police station in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, so my daughter could do a statement because I found out she was being molested by my ex. And then I talked with her, and she admitted to me that yes, it was happening. So I go down to this cop shop, and it was late after hours, so there was no secretary or receptionist there. I buzzed in. I told them I was there first to make a statement with my daughter, because he asked me what I was there for. Then they said, "Okay, buzz you in. You wait there." So we go in there. I'm sitting there with my kids. I have a daughter that's 11, a son that's 9. We were playing rock paper scissors, we were singing, I was trying to make light of the situation because of what everything was going on. She was molested before by her grandpa, which is my ex's dad. He was charged, never went to jail, nothing like that. So we're sitting there waiting. About an hour goes by, 45 minutes or so. 4 cops come down, and the one cop points at me and says, "You come with me." And I thought that was really weird. I was like, "What? My daughter, don't you want me and my daughter so she can take a statement?" He's like, "No, you come with me." So I go with this guy, the cop, into the room. And when I went in the room, I sat down with him. He didn't have no tape recorder, nothing like that. I thought that was weird too. And he looked at me and he said, what are you trying to prove here? What are you trying to do? What's your deal? Or what are you on? Stuff like that. And I was really curious. I was like, what? I'm like, nothing of it. So I got mad. I yelled. I was like, "Get your superiors. I need to talk to someone else because you're not helping me." And he's like, "What are you getting all? Why are you being like that?" I said, "Because you're not doing your job. I'm here for my daughter. She admitted to me she's being touched, and that's what I'm here for." So eventually, he finally let me out of the room. We waited for the superior to come. He came down. It was another male. I said, "Excuse me, but do you mind if a female officer comes with you?" And he told me, "No, you don't make the rules here." I was like, "Okay, but I'd feel more comfortable with a female officer with you." So he got mad, sat there, and we're talking. Other officers were standing around. My daughter was sitting there quiet. My son was there quiet too. They looked. I'm like, "Wow." I'm like, "You guys are supposed to uphold the law. You guys took an oath to serve and protect." I said, "You guys aren't serving and protecting anything." I told the one cop because I got kind of mad at him. I told him he should hang up his badge and gun because he's as good as the floor mat that he's standing on. Because it was true. They treated me like I was not human, or like I was a dog. After I just finished telling my daughter, "Oh, I'm here to protect you now," because I finally found out the evidence to get them away from their mom. And then I got humiliated in front of my kids from the cops. I told my kids, "Oh, look at that, the boys in blue here, serve and protect." I didn't know what to do. I didn't know anything to do. So eventually, they did call a social worker. But that superior guy took the social worker in the back room. He was there for, I'd say, a good 45 to an hour. Then he comes out, and I go to him, like I said, "Oh, you getting coached on what to do, or what to say?" And then he's like, "Oh, no. But eventually he's like, "Oh, this is how we do stuff." I'm like, "No, actually it isn't, because we dealt with this like a couple years ago when my daughter was touched by her grandpa. This is not how you do these things." So eventually they said, "Okay, well, their kids are," I said, "None of you are here to help me. I'm leaving." They said, "Yeah, you could leave, but your kids aren't." I said, "What do you mean my kids aren't?" So eventually, I sat there with my kids because I'm like, they called my dad. My dad said he had no room. They called my auntie, which was staying with in Regina, because that's where I lived at the time. So eventually, my auntie got there. I was with the kids in the room. My auntie comes in the room with me, and she's like, "John, you're gonna be getting took up to the hospital for the cops, or whatever." And I was like, "What?" So the cops came. When I went to kids, my kids got took from me. And I went to go say goodbye to them and everything, and they just got rushed away from me. I just thought that was really strange. And then I got put in the hallway and then they threw me against the wall, took everything out of my pockets, and arrested me. Said they're arresting me under the mental health act or something like that. I was like, oh yeah, okay, very funny. Then, yeah, but I did. I got arrested. I took up to the hospital where they wanted me to do a piss test. And I was like, I don't have to pee, so I know. And then they just said, well, we're drawing blood for you. I said, no, you're not. Like, this is like, I have rights. I'm a human. Obviously, I didn't that night because they drew blood from me. I got the nurse. The nurse was nice enough to at least did not approve and was forced. So they did that. They took the blood work from me. Then the doctor came in. The doctor came in, was telling me, oh, you get to go home to your dad's and all that stuff. There's cops to take you there. When we were leaving, there's 3 cops up at the hospital with me too. And what was really weird is when I took to the hospital, we were took out in the very back, like way off in the distance, like no cameras or something back there. I don't know what it was, but the other cops came, and they were in a white normal like truck, like one of their personal vehicles. And the one cop that was in the passenger seat came out, and he had a Rambo knife or cow knife right here, and I was like, I don't know if they're trying to intimidate me or scare me. So, and I sat there and I told him, I said, oh, why don't you guys, why don't we go for a walk in the path over there, and you guys bring your batons and your friends? Because I was just telling him, like, I'm not scared, like, I'd die for my kids. Anyways, I got took out of the car, and when I was in the car, they're like, oh, you're not going to your dad's, you're going to city cells. I said, the doctor said I could go home. They're like, no, you're being under arrest for under the influence. I was like, so first it was the mental health act, then it was get blood work done, and now I supposedly was under the influence of public. I don't know what it was, but I was never read my rights until I got down to the cop shop when I got put in cells. When I was in the cells, I already was pockets were searched and everything else like that. And when we got to the cells, they searched me again. And they're taking forever in my pockets, and I kept wondering why they were doing that. And when he came to my right side, I moved my elbow. I almost hit him in the head, the cop in the head. He's like, oh, you get one. And I thought he was just like joking around. I said, haha, I just laughed too. But then he pulled out this little baggie. And I was like, are you serious? I'm like, oh, and he's like, oh, just so I'm safe and my officer's safe, what's this? And I'm like, you safe? I don't understand how you guys think you're not safe when you guys violated my rights, did everything to me, but you guys need to be safe. So I was like, wow. Like, well, I'm gonna say it's meth because I was addicted to meth for like 12 years. Pills, coke, like all of it. I was depressed, whatever, blah blah blah. Anyways, got thrown in cells. Wasn't released till the next day. I just made a quick video here. I'll be posting more updates and stuff like that. I don't know what to do. I need help. I tried going to social services, tried going to public complaint department, everything, and it's like everyone's sloughing it off like it's unbelievable. Like they don't believe me, but everyone that knows me, I have a saying with knowing if someone's lying. I'll say it in a different video just so people get the point. Yeah, and I guess I'll make another video soon or something. But thanks.